Hey everyone, and welcome to The Deep Dive, the show where we take you deeper into the topics and ideas that are shaping our world.
That's right. We're all about going beyond the headlines and exploring the nuances and complexities of the issues that matter most.
Today we're diving deep into the world of SEO. That's right, search engine optimization, with a fantastic guide from blogwidow.com.
This guide is packed with actionable tips and strategies, and we're excited to break it down for you.
It's like having a roadmap to help your blog climb those search engine rankings.
Absolutely, because in today's digital landscape, it's not enough to just write great content. You have to make sure people can actually find it.
And that's where SEO comes in.
The guide starts with keywords, which are essentially the bridge between your content and the people searching for it online.
It emphasizes the importance of keyword research, which can seem a bit daunting at first, but it's crucial for understanding what people are actually typing into those search bars.
You know what's really interesting about keywords?
What's that?
It's the concept of long-tail keywords.
I've heard of those, but I'm not entirely sure what they are.
Well, think of it this way. A broad keyword, like blogging, is incredibly competitive. Everyone and their cat is trying to rank for that.
So it's like trying to stand out in a crowded marketplace.
Exactly. But a longer, more specific phrase, what we call a long-tail keyword, like how to start a travel blog that actually makes money, targets a niche audience.
And has a better chance of attracting those readers who are genuinely interested in what you have to say.
Precisely. It's all about getting specific and meeting those niche interests head on.
The guide recommends a few tools for finding these keywords. There's the classic Google Keyword Planner, which can give you a sense of search volume and competition.
And for those who are just starting out and might be on a budget, Ubersuggest has a fantastic free version that offers similar insights.
I've also heard great things about Answer the Public, which is great for uncovering those really specific questions people are asking.
That's a great one for content ideas.
So let's say we've done our keyword research and have this list of golden nuggets, those long-tail keywords that are going to attract our ideal readers. What do we do next?
This is where we get into on-page SEO, the art of optimizing those blog posts to make them both reader-friendly and search engine-friendly.
Okay, so we're talking about the actual content of our blog post.
Exactly. We want to make sure those keywords are strategically placed within our content, but in a way that feels natural and doesn't disrupt the flow.
The guide mentions title tags as being particularly important.
Absolutely. Your title tag is like a headline that tells both readers and search engines what your post is all about. Make sure your primary keyword is in there, but in a way that's catchy and compelling.
Then there are headings and subheadings, which I've always seen as being more for organization and readability.
They are, but they also serve a crucial SEO purpose. They help search engines understand the structure and hierarchy of your content.
It's like creating a roadmap for both readers and those bots crawling our websites.
And speaking of signposts, let's not forget about meta descriptions.
Those little snippets of text that show up under your blog post title in search results.
Yes, they're your chance to entice people to click through and read your amazing content. Make it count. Highlight the key benefits of your post and include your main keyword.
I have a question about URLs. Some people say they don't matter as much anymore for SEO. Is that true?
While it's true that they might not carry the same weight they used to, a clean, concise URL that includes your main keyword still sends a positive signal to search engines.
It's like adding another layer of clarity and relevance, right?
Exactly. And speaking of clarity, let's talk about image alt text.
Oh, I've definitely been guilty of overlooking that one in the past.
It's crucial for a couple of reasons. First, it makes your content accessible to visually impaired users who use screen readers. And second, it helps search engines understand what your images are about, which can boost your overall SEO.
So it's a win-win for both accessibility and SEO.
And let's not forget about internal and external links.
I love using internal links to guide readers to other relevant content I've created. It's like creating a web of knowledge within my own blog.
It's a great way to keep readers engaged and encourage them to explore more of your work. And external links to reputable sources add credibility to your content and show search engines that you've done your research.
It's like saying, hey, I'm not just making this stuff up. Here are some sources to back me up.
Exactly. It's all about building trust and authority.
So far, we've talked a lot about keywords and how to optimize our blog posts. But the guide also makes a really important point. Even with perfect SEO, content is still king, right?
Absolutely. All the technical tricks in the world won't help if your content isn't valuable, informative, and engaging.
It's like having a beautifully designed store with nothing on the shelves.
Google's algorithms are getting smarter all the time. They can tell when content is just fluff and filler, and they're prioritizing content that genuinely helps users.
So it's not just about tricking those search engines anymore. It's about creating content that people actually want to read and share.
That's the key. Right for humans, not just for robots.
Avoid keyword stuffing like the plague.
And don't be afraid to inject your personality into your writing. Let your unique voice shine through.
Speaking of engaging content, the guide mentions that longer, in-depth posts tend to rank better.
That's true, but it's not just about length, it's about depth and comprehensiveness.
So a 5,000-word blog post that's just rambling and repetitive won't do me any good.
Not really. But a well-structured, informative, and engaging post that thoroughly explores a topic and provides real value to the reader can establish you as an authority and keep people glued to the page.
So it's about quality over quantity.
Exactly. And even with those longer posts, break them up with headings, subheadings, bullet points, and visuals. Make it easy for people to digest the information.
And speaking of visuals, don't forget to incorporate images, videos, infographics. They make your content more appealing and can even increase the time people spend on your site, which is a good thing for SEO.
Not only do visuals enhance the reader's experience, but they also provide more opportunities for optimization. Make sure your images are compressed for faster loading times and include descriptive alt text.
So we've covered keywords, optimizing our content, and making it visually appealing. What's next?
Now we venture into the world of technical SEO. This is where we optimize the back end of your blog to make it more search engine friendly.
So we're getting a little more technical now.
A bit. One of the most important aspects of technical SEO is mobile friendliness.
That makes sense. Everyone's on their phones these days.
Exactly. Google uses mobile-first indexing, which means they primarily look at the mobile version of your site when determining rankings.
So if my site is slow or difficult to navigate on a mobile device, it's going to hurt my SEO.
It could. Having a responsive design is crucial, ensuring that your blog looks great and functions seamlessly on any device.
And another important factor is page speed, right?
Absolutely. No one wants to wait forever for a page to load. A slow website can lead to higher bounce rates, meaning people are leaving your site before even seeing your content.
And Google takes note of those bounce rates, right?
They do. So compressing images, using a fast web host, and minimizing those large files are all essential for a speedy site.
It's better for everyone involved, both users and search engines.
And while we're on the topic of those behind-the-scenes elements, what about site security?
You're talking about HTTPS, right?
Yep.
That little padlock icon we see in the address bar.
That's the one. That padlock tells visitors that your site is secure, protecting their data and building trust. And guess what? Google prefers secure sites too. They want to promote websites that provide a safe browsing experience.
So it's a win-win for everyone. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground already. Keywords, on-page optimization, content creation, and even the technical aspects of SEO. What else does the guide have in store for us?
Well, next up, we'll delve into the world of backlinks, those virtual votes of confidence from other websites.
Oh, I've heard they're pretty important.
They are. Backlinks are links from other websites pointing back to yours, and they signal to search engines that your content is valuable and trustworthy.
So the more backlinks I have, the more Google thinks my blog is worth checking out.
You got it. But it's not just about quantity, it's about quality as well.
What do you mean?
A single backlink from a highly respected website in your niche can be worth more than hundreds of links from low-quality or irrelevant sites.
It's like getting a recommendation from an expert versus someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about.
Exactly. So how do we get these valuable backlinks? Well, guest blogging is a great way to reach a new audience, build relationships with other bloggers in your industry, and earn those valuable links.
So I write an article for another blog and include a link back to my own site.
That's the idea. Collaborating with influencers is another great way to get your name and your content out there.
If someone with a large following in my niche mentions my blog, that could really boost my traffic.
And of course, creating high-quality, shareable content is key.
I love creating infographics. They seem to get shared a lot.
They're great for visual learners, and don't underestimate the power of how-to guides and original research. People are always looking for valuable information, and if you can provide it, they'll be more likely to link back to your site.
So it's all about creating content that's so good people want to share it with their own audience.
That's a big part of it. But it also takes effort and strategy. Be proactive in reaching out to other bloggers and website owners, promote your content, and nurture those relationships.
This all reminds me of something we touched on earlier. SEO isn't a one-time fix, is it? It's an ongoing process.
That's right. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The guide emphasizes the importance of using tools like Google Analytics and Google Search Console to track your progress and make adjustments along the way.
So we can see which keywords are driving traffic, how people are interacting with our site, and where we can improve.
Exactly. These tools give you a behind-the-scenes look at your blog's performance, and they can help you make data-driven decisions.
It sounds like SEO involves a lot of analyzing and adapting.
It does. The digital landscape is constantly changing, so you need to stay informed, be flexible, and be willing to adjust your strategies as needed.
And speaking of staying current, the guide also mentions updating old blog posts.
Don't let those older posts just sit there gathering dust in your archives. Give them a refresh, update the information, and make sure they're still relevant and optimized for current keywords and trends.
It's like giving them a new lease on life.
And it can help boost your overall SEO performance. Remember, SEO is about continuous improvement, adapting to the ever-changing digital world, and always striving to provide the best possible experience for your users.
This has been a great overview so far. From keyword research to optimizing our content, and even delving into the technical aspects of SEO, it's clear that having a solid strategy can make a huge difference in getting our blogs noticed.
It definitely can. But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to touch on something that often gets overlooked in all the technical talk.
Oh, I'm intrigued. What is it?
It's the importance of your own unique voice.
You mean my writing style, my personality?
Exactly. Even with perfect SEO, if your content lacks personality and a unique perspective, it's less likely to stand out from the crowd.
So while we're busy optimizing for those search engine algorithms, we also need to make sure we're optimizing for human connection.
Absolutely. SEO can get you noticed, but it's your voice, your passion, and your unique perspective that will keep those readers coming back for more.
That's a really valuable point. It's a good reminder that even in this digital age, it's the human element that truly connects us.
Well said. And that brings us to the end of this part of our deep dive into SEO.
But don't worry, we'll be back soon to explore even more strategies and insights.
We've got lots more to uncover, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the deep dive. We're ready to pick up where we left off, exploring the fascinating world of SEO.
You're right. And, we were talking about the importance of finding that authentic voice.
It's so easy to get caught up in all the technical stuff, but ultimately, we're writing for people, not just algorithms, right?
Absolutely. And that human touch can make all the difference.
So how do we inject that personality, that unique perspective into our writing without sacrificing SEO?
That's a good question. It's like we're trying to find that sweet spot between pleasing those search engine bots and creating content that genuinely connects with readers.
Exactly. Well, for starters, I think it begins with being genuine. Let your personality shine through. Don't be afraid to be yourself.
So share those personal anecdotes. Inject a little humor, even if it's a bit quirky.
Exactly. And don't shy away from expressing your opinions, even if they might ruffle a few feathers. People are drawn to authenticity.
Yeah.
They can spot a fake from a mile away.
It's like in a sea of perfectly polished blog posts, sometimes you just want to hear a real human voice, flaws and all.
It's about finding your tribe, those readers who connect with your style, with your perspective. And often that comes from focusing on a specific niche, something you're truly passionate about.
I love that. Finding your tribe. And I think you're right when you're writing about something you genuinely care about. That passion is contagious.
It is. It shines through in your writing, and it draws in readers who share those interests. It's like building a community around a shared passion.
So it sounds like SEO might bring people to your blog initially, but it's that authentic voice, that human connection, that will keep them coming back for more.
That's a great way to put it. It's about building a relationship with your readers. You need to nurture that relationship, engage with them, respond to comments, be present on social media. It's not just about broadcasting your content, but creating a dialogue.
I like that, creating a dialogue. And speaking of dialogue, I think it's time we address some of the myths and misconceptions that swirl around SEO. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and it can be confusing, even for experienced bloggers.
Oh, absolutely. And one that I hear all the time, that you need to cram your content with keywords to rank well.
Keyword stuffing. Yeah, I've definitely heard that one too.
And it's just not true. In fact, it can actually hurt your rankings.
Really? Why is that?
Well, search engines have gotten incredibly sophisticated. They can easily detect when keywords are being used unnaturally just to manipulate the system.
Ah, so they see right through it.
They do, and they'll penalize your site for it. It's much more effective to use keywords strategically and naturally in a way that enhances the readability of your content.
It makes sense. It's about finding that balance between optimizing for search engines and writing for humans.
Exactly. Another myth I often encounter is that backlinks don't matter anymore.
Oh, really? I thought backlinks were still a big deal.
They are. It's just that the game has changed a bit. It's not just about quantity anymore, it's about quality.
So a few high-quality backlinks are worth more than a ton of low-quality ones.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Would you rather have one glowing recommendation from a respected expert in your field or 100 generic endorsements from random strangers?
I see your point. Quality over quantity.
And speaking of patience, another misconception is that SEO is a one-time fix.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fall into that trap. You optimize your site once and you're good to go, right?
Wrong. SEO is a continuous process. Search engine algorithms are constantly evolving, so what worked a year ago might not work today.
So you're saying we need to stay informed, adapt to those changes, and constantly tweak our approach.
Exactly. It's a dance, a constant back and forth. And speaking of the future, I think it's important to talk about some of the emerging trends that are shaping the SEO landscape.
Oh, I love talking about trends. What's on the horizon for SEO?
Well, one that's really gaining traction is voice search.
You mean using Siri or Alexa to search the internet?
Exactly. More and more people are using their voices to search for information, and this trend is only going to grow.
That makes sense. It's definitely more convenient than typing sometimes.
It is. And this shift towards voice search has some interesting implications for SEO.
Oh, in what way?
Well, for starters, people tend to use more natural conversational language when they're speaking than when they're typing.
Yeah, that's true. I'm much more likely to say, hey Siri, where's a good pizza place near me?
Yeah.
Than to type in best pizza restaurants in my area.
Exactly. So we need to optimize our content for those longer, more conversational search queries.
So use more natural language, ask questions, provide those quick and snappy answers that voice assistants are looking for.
Precisely. And another trend that's closely tied to voice search is the growing influence of artificial intelligence, or AI, in SEO.
AI and SEO, that sounds futuristic.
It is, and it's already happening. Search engines are using AI to better understand the intent behind searches and to deliver more relevant results.
So it's not just about matching keywords anymore. It's about understanding the context, the nuances of what people are actually searching for.
Exactly. AI is helping search engines to be more intuitive, more human-like in their ability to understand what we really want.
That's fascinating. So how do we adapt to this AI-driven SEO world?
Well, it's more important than ever to focus on creating high-quality content that truly answers the user's questions, provides a valuable experience, and aligns with their search intent.
So it's less about tricking the system and more about genuinely meeting those needs.
Exactly. And AI is also being used to automate certain SEO tasks like keyword research and content optimization.
So the robots are coming for our SEO jobs.
Not necessarily. Think of AI as a powerful tool that can help us to be more efficient, more effective. It can free up our time so we can focus on the more strategic and creative aspects of SEO.
So it's about working with AI, not against it.
Exactly. And another trend that's closely related to AI is the increasing importance of user experience, or UX.
UX? You mean how easy and enjoyable it is to use a website?
That's right. Search engines are prioritizing websites that provide a seamless and positive user experience.
So things like page speed, mobile friendliness, intuitive navigation, and clear, concise content all matter.
Absolutely. It's all about making it easy for users to find the information they need and to have a positive experience on your website.
So again, it's about optimizing for humans as well as for search engines.
Exactly. The goal is to create a website that people actually enjoy visiting and that provides them with real value. Welcome back to the deep dive. We're in the home stretch now, ready to wrap up our exploration of SEO with some final insights to help you boost your blog's visibility.
I'm excited to see what else we can uncover. We were just talking about user experience UX and how crucial it's becoming for SEO.
It's all about making sure your website is a delight to use, easy to navigate, loads quickly, and offers valuable content in a way that's both clear and engaging.
So Google's really cracking down on those clunky, user-unfriendly websites, huh?
You could say that. They want to make sure users are landing on sites that provide a positive experience, which makes sense.
It does. And something I've been hearing more and more about lately is this idea of EAT.
Ah, yes, EAT. It's become a bit of a buzzword in the SEO world.
Is this some new kind of SEO jargon I need to know about?
It stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Essentially, it's about making sure that the websites Google ranks are credible, reliable sources of information.
Makes sense. In this age of misinformation, it's more important than ever to prioritize trustworthy sources.
Absolutely. So how do we demonstrate this EAT both to Google and our readers? Well, it starts with creating high-quality content that's well-researched, accurate, and provides real value. But it also involves showcasing your credentials and building trust with your audience.
Okay, so for example, if I'm writing about a specific topic, I need to be able to back up my claims.
Precisely. If you're a certified financial advisor writing about investment strategies, those credentials add a weight to your words.
But if I'm a food blogger suddenly dishing out financial advice, that's going to raise some red flags, right?
It might. It's about staying in your lane, so to speak, writing about things you're genuinely qualified to discuss. Now, as for building trust with your readers, transparency is key.
Transparency. What do you mean by that?
Well, be upfront about your sources, link to reputable websites, and be honest about any potential biases you might have. And of course, engage with your readers, respond to comments, build that sense of community around your blog.
So it's about being real, authentic, and showing your readers that you're a trustworthy source of information.
Exactly. EAT is all about building that credibility, that trust. It's about showing Google and your readers that you're the real deal, that you know what you're talking about.
So it's clear that there's a lot to consider when it comes to SEO. We've covered everything from keyword research and content creation to the technical aspects, building those valuable backlinks, and now this idea of EAT.
And as we navigate this ever-evolving landscape, it's more important than ever to stay informed, to keep learning, and to adapt to the changes.
Knowledge is power, right?
Right.
But how can we, as bloggers, stay ahead of the curve? How can we make sure our strategies are up to date?
One of the best ways is to engage with the SEO community, attend industry conferences, participate in online forums, follow those thought leaders on social media.
It's like having your own SEO support group, sharing insights and tips and cheering each other on.
Exactly. The SEO community is incredibly supportive, and there's a wealth of knowledge to be gained by connecting with others in the field.
You might even find some awesome collaboration opportunities along the way, right?
Absolutely. Networking is key in any industry, and SEO is no exception. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of SEO, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Remember, SEO is not a destination, it's a journey. Embrace the process, stay curious, and never stop learning.
That's a great reminder. The digital world is constantly changing, and the key to success is to be flexible, to embrace innovation, and to always put the user first.
Well said. And to our listeners, remember that while SEO is incredibly important, it's just one piece of the puzzle. Focus on crafting high-quality content, building a strong brand, and connecting with your audience authentically.
It's about sharing your unique voice and passion with the world.
That's it. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the vast world of knowledge.